We're live. We're
We're back.
live. We're back, as always, on a Tuesday. Beautiful Tuesday evening, by the way. Happy December, everyone. Happy Jake Browning November. That's what we're calling
Ember.
it now. Ember. Um, Here on the West Coast Draft Podcast, and oh boy, we got quite the episode tonight. I will say we got full weekend of championship games to review. Some of them were fantastic. Some of them were less fantastic. Got some CFP rankings to talk about because we do have the final ones. They're in controversially. I'm sure we'll both have some thoughts on that. We got a classic Army Navy matchup to talk about. Then we got some awards being awarded as they typically are on this. I believe it's
It's gonna be on
Thursday when
Saturday,
most of
right?
Friday.
Friday?
Yeah,
Friday.
Friday is when these awards are announced, and Saturday's the Heisman.
hmm
And then we got the game of the year between the Patriots and the Steelers, but we'll probably spend about 10 seconds on. But there you go. It's a jam-packed episode, so excited to hop into it. But Mr. Rob, how are you doing this afternoon, this evening,
My
I
face
guess?
feels very cold because I won. Well, I guess no one won, right? We had an agreement that if the Huskies win the pack, I was gonna shave off my beard. And it's the first time in about probably 3.5 years. I guess was it 2.5 or 3.5? I don't know. That I've been uh almost fully shaven. So it's an experience. But I did it like minutes after the final whistle on Friday, and it was an incredible experience. I'm so happy that I shaved my beard because of it.
I'm happy you shaved your beard too. And I love, by the way, keeping the stash. That was an inspired choice.
I'm
That
gonna
was an
keep it for a
inspired
little
choice.
bit. I'm gonna keep it for a little bit.
Now you
We'll
guys,
see what we do.
you gotta keep it all the way through. You gotta have a handlebar mustache by the time we get to January 1st.
January 8th.
Even better. Even better. I like your thinking. I like your thinking. But man, what a weekend it was. And it started in the best way.
Oh yeah, Huskies had the best game of their whole season. They had the best game of the whole
100%.
season, in my opinion. Even
100%.
even why am I blinking on his name? But our punter hit a really good punt too. He
Yeah.
pinned him in the 10.
Been to him at the
Um,
10. Ended up being good field position for I believe that turned into a Huskies touchdown drive after they
I think so, yeah.
so yeah. Offense
Defense
clicking.
played so well. Defense played better than the offense. I don't know. I don't know. Defense played their best game of the season.
Offense, I feel there I don't think there was one drive where we didn't get past the 50 on offense.
hmm And that's against the O-line played insane. Oh,
Oh yeah.
against a good defensive front. Like that the way the O-line performed really makes me feel like, holy shit, we might be able to take this to the house.
Mm-hmm. Win two more
Um,
games and
Jalen
you're
McMillan, Jalen McMillan, it looks
he
100%.
he looked back. He looked back. It's about time he looked back.
And he opened up the offense, you know. He completely opened up the offense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everyone just played their absolute hearts out.
Great game by Dylan Johnson.
Oh my
Great
gosh,
game.
icing that. Like I was
Mm-hmm.
counting, like, okay, there's gonna be about 20 seconds left after if we take it
Mm-hmm.
down, take the delay, punt, that'll be enough. You know, I was like,
Yeah.
they can't do it in 20 seconds, right?
Mm-hmm.
But no.
And I will say, for as well as the defense played, Chuck Morrell, good prevent defense there at the end. Made what should
Oh
have been a
God.
comfortable, but it made what should have been a comfortable win. Still had to be on the edge of my seat there for a while. So
Zoe nearly tipped that one too.
yeah, it was almost there. It was almost there.
Oh
I would
man.
have preferred he just accept that he was going to give up the catch and go for the tackle. Because guess what? The clock
Yeah,
would have
I
still been
agree.
running.
Don't take the pick. Don't go for the pick in that situation. Don't be selfish.
Just make the
But
tackle.
D line played so well against
Hmm.
a really good O line. They beat them in the trenches. They
Hmm.
shut down Bucky Irving,
Oh yeah. Well,
who
I
is
mean,
one
they
of the best
didn't.
backs in the
Bucky
league.
Irving didn't even really have a lot of opportunities. Honestly, they didn't.
No,
They didn't go to him. They should have included him more in the game plan.
no, he
Honestly,
he had he had he had like I think he had a decent amount of carries.
let me check. I felt like early on they weren't going to him at all.
Oh
I mean,
no,
their
I think
leading
their first
carrier.
three, I think their first uh 6 plays were all passes. That might be
No, they
wrong.
definitely were. They definitely were. I remember that. Team stats. Let's see box score here. Let me see. They got
Only nine
he only
carries
gave
for
9 carries
20
for 20
yards.
yards. Yeah.
I mean, and with how the first quarter went, they had to play from behind the whole game. I think that's why they
Mhm.
didn't run as much. Shout out to the ref on the first pass.
First play. After that, you knew it was like, okay, this is the momentum swing we needed.
Oh,
Sometimes you
I
just need
thought
an
felt
extra
that
12th
too.
defender.
Well, they took a ref pick literally because if the ref tried wanted to, he would have picked it. You know what a ref pick is, right?
Oh yeah, where
Yeah.
you kind of do a little rub off of them.
Yeah, yeah. They
Yeah,
took it Bo took that one literally.
yeah.
But defense played so well.
Hmm.
So well. DBs had their best game of the season.
Oh, for sure, for sure. It helped that Troy Franklin got a little hobbled. Obviously, came back in the game, but you could tell he was still a little not quite 100%
That
for
was
that
from
second
good
half.
that was from good defense though,
Yeah,
It was from
it's
good
true.
defense.
It's true. You hit him hard.
Um
It pays off.
O-line just, after all the talk, we're going to
O
take
line was
Penix out of the
fantastic.
game. We're going to take Penix out of the game. I think he had 1 sack, and I think that one was Penix's fault.
Hmm.
Um,
It was
it was
the fourth down, which by the way, that was a bad play call by Grubb.
the
I don't.
fourth down. No, okay. There was a fourth down sprint out. That was a sack.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay. I was also thinking about, oh, yeah, yeah. I remember that. There was another one where his knee got called down. That was kind of on
Oh, that's right.
Penix.
That's right. I remember that
It
now.
was also on, in my opinion, Kalepo passed off a stunt very poorly. I watched that play back.
Hmm.
But against a really darn good defense, not just a good defensive line, but a defense that loves to blitz and send hard blitzes to pick up.
Hmm.
They played great. Another person who played great in pass pro, Dylan Johnson. Dylan
Hmm.
Johnson in blitz pickup was really good. Um,
Yeah, he was fantastic. He was
he was really good.
fantastic.
And we missed J Mac on a play too. That could have been another touchdown.
Yeah. Well, I mean, J-Mac, honestly, on that first drive,
That one
but
was, I don't know why he didn't get that second hand up. I don't know if it was being held or not. I don't know what's going on there, but it was a good throw.
hmm yeah,
Um, what else did I want to mention? Who else did I want to mention? Shout out to Quentin Moore for that
yeah,
touchdown on
there you
that
go.
pylon route. And that was unbalanced line too. I guarantee they've been saving that one all year because I think that is Quentin Moore's second target all
Yeah,
year.
it worked.
He's been in exclusively as a blocker.
Well, you know me. I'm always, and don't get me wrong, I'm very stoked. I am always the Debbie Downer. Do have one major criticism in the first half, the red zone play calling. Not a fan. Not a
Hmm.
fan. I would even say in the all the way into the third quarter because then I could probably throw in that sprint out on fourth down. Just not a fan of the red zone play calling. I loved what they did on the last drive, obviously, to get that touchdown. That was a perfect call on that third down to get the
Hmm.
the Q touchdown. Loved that. They left points on the board though. This game could have been 28-3 very
Hmm.
early on with better
Oh
red
man,
zone play calling.
that PI on Jabbar was horrible.
Oh, that
That
was
was
yeah, that was
so bad.
that was horrible. Absolutely horrible. Um, yeah, no way around that. That was just an atrocious call.
And
Atrocious
then
call.
they got lucky and converted some fourth downs. That pop pass QB sweep was pretty well designed and
Hmm.
barely got it. That one's tough to get too mad about. I don't really blame Jim. I think that was Dom. I don't blame him too much for being a step behind Ferguson. I can't get
Hmm.
too mad at that when you're, going for Bo there, setting the edge. I
The
think he might have
thing
had
is,
edge
on that
responsibilities.
respect, I just don't know if he did because there's three defensive linemen right in Bo's face on that one. If I'm Dom, I just kind of you hang back in that case, or at least I have to imagine the coaching is to hang back
Hmm.
when there's the tight end leak out there. But then again, it is Chuck Morrell, so who knows, right? Um,
That one was a tough one to see coming because they've ran that QB sweep a lot, and they saved that one just like we did.
mhm.
Um, I'm not too mad at that one. I'm a bit more the fourth and five. Troy, I can't believe Troy Franklin held on to that one.
Yeah, I mean that was just a great. I mean the defense on that one was perfect. Honestly, it was just a great throw and a great catch.
Yeah. The goal line one, that one was another tough one. I'd
Mhm.
want to get that one stopped. But I thought we learned from the Oregon game, don't run sprint outs on like 4th and 3. And we did it. I was like, as soon as I saw Penix starting to move, I'm like, oh shit. But
Mm-hmm.
he had Rome on that one though. He had Rome.
Mm-hmm. For a split second, I wasn't mad at Penix and not throwing that the ball to Rome because it was a split second that Rome was
Yeah.
open
It
before
probably
another
wasn't the
Oregon.
first read. I don't think he was the first read either.
Yeah, yeah. But nice thing is Oregon fans can't use fourth down. Not
Mm-hmm.
having luck because guess what? Y'all went 2 for 2 and y'all still lost. So
Uh, it
on
was,
the
I
same
don't think
drive too.
that was 3 for 3. There was at least 3.
No, it was 2. I remember
No,
because I
the
remember
fourth
this one.
down was the goal line pop pass. Was that a fourth down or a third?
No, that was third. That was a third.
Okay, never mind then. I thought that was a fourth.
No, they're
Um,
both their fourth down conversions came on the same drive because there was the one at midfield for on the first drive after halftime, and then at the goal line was also when they got the touchdown to
but
the
there
second
was
touchdown
there
to
was
Ferguson.
clearly a difference. I feel like having Asa and Cameron for Biculannon back.
Oh yeah,
I think
they
there's
that
clearly
I
difference.
feel like that has to be the main difference because they both played great games, especially Cam Fab. He looked great out
A
there.
year ago, and we said this earlier in the season too. A year ago, if you would have been like, "Oh my gosh, Cam Fab's great," or "Oh my gosh, I wish we had him right now," I would have thought you were crazy. But
Hmm.
he's improved so much.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Um,
that's him.
DBs are gonna need to have another big game. You got two good receivers. I think Xavier Worthy's still gonna be banged up by the time we play.
Yeah, he was in crutches after the game, so we'll see how that
And
turns out.
high ankles tough on speedsters too. That's the
They
word.
do have a full month though. That's also.
But it's a high ankle on a speed guy. That's the thing.
Mhm.
And then 80 Mitchell's also really good. I
80,
think.
dude, 80 Mitchell's gonna be like he's a guy I'm excited to see in the draft this year. He's a stud.
Mhm. Um, I think. Who do you put on who? I think if Xavier Worthy's 100%, there's an interesting question. EJ is definitely faster than Jabbar. Um, but I like the size matchup better because 80 is pretty big, right?
Hmm. Well, let's
So
see. I got their draft profiles over here. I
they
got
just
draft
have a
profiles on both these
they
guys
have
already.
a horrible um receiver coach at Texas though. They
Yeah,
don't
let's
have a good
see.
receiver coach.
Oh yeah, no, Xavier Worthy's tiny compared to AD's 6'4", Xavier Worthy's 6'1". So yeah.
Xavier Worthy is not 6'1" though. He's not 6'1".
It's
That's a
listed
lie.
Texas lists him at 6'1".
Learn from Nick Saban.
Right. That's true. That is true.
Um, if Xavier, there's an interesting question. If Xavier Worthy's 100%, do you put EJ on him who's faster? You know,
Hmm.
but he's improved, I'd say, in the last couple of games, but he still is sloppy. Um, I worry about AD Mitchell because Vele had a good game against us for Utah, and
Hmm.
that was another bigger guy. And I don't know if we like. I think maybe you put Thad Dixon on AD Mitchell, but I don't know if he's ready for that, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
a
we'll
shootout,
see.
I
It
think,
will.
against
It's
Texas.
gonna be a fun game. It's gonna be a fun game. I think both CFP games will be fun. Which I
Hmm.
know we'll have our thoughts on the final CFP rankings, but me personally, if you're going for good games, you pick the right 4 teams.
I agree. I agree. Florida State was going to be a easy. It
I
was
was
going to be a
hoping we
free
were gonna
space
play
for
Florida
us.
State.
Oh,
Yeah.
me too. Me too. I very much wanted to play Florida State, and people and Michigan fans were too, but don't want to admit it though.
Hmm.
Um, they were like feigning outrage. Oh, it's like no, be like the rest of us. We all wanted a free space. Come on.
We all want. Yeah, we
But
all want
they did the
Florida.
same thing last year and lost to them. So you never
Right. It's
know.
true. That is true.
However, man, that the quarterbacking is not good at FSU.
It is not. It is not. And granted, it would have been better with Rodemaker, who would have been back in time
Would
because
it?
Rodemaker wasn't bad against Florida. He was fine.
Wasn't he? I
He
don't
was
know
he was
about
not
that. He
that bad.
wasn't good.
He wasn't that bad. And he would have had a full month to prepare too.
I think we'll get to this later, but man, Michigan got a bad draw. They got a
Yeah,
really bad draw.
they did.
We'll get
They
back to
did.
that.
Man,
Let's
Alabama's peaking at the right time. Let's keep moving though, because we don't want
we'll
to
we'll get
spend.
back to it. We'll get back to
This
it.
is not the Huskies podcast as much as we do talk Huskies. We
Yes, it
we do
is.
need to talk.
We're both wearing Husky gear right now.
that is factually true. Um,
Oh,
but
before I
we
forget, I need
yes,
to grab our bets.
good call because I forgot about this. Well, I mean, I remember we made these bets, but then I literally the only one I remember was Oklahoma State. I got wrong because
Okay, I got it.
okay.
Yep, I had Texas covering.
Hmm.
I had, ooh, this one's bad. I had Toledo covering.
Toledo.
And
Oh yeah, they lost. They just lost straight
yeah,
up. Not be very close either. So
no, but I watched that game. It was closer than what it appeared.
yeah.
Um, and then and then it was the Iowa prop bet we did.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Not did I have the over in that one?
You had the over, so whoops.
Ah, dang it. Dang it. That was a tiebreaker. Damn. Um, yeah, I knew I didn't have a lot of faith in that one, to be quite honest with you. But
Yeah, no, we were just doing it for memes. But we'll call it even. We'll call it even.
we'll call it even. But yeah, anyway, so moving
Liberty
forward here.
Liberty beating
Lip.
Jerry Kill in New Mexico State.
That's
I
right.
watched part of this one during halftime. It
Yeah.
was high scoring affair. It was fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I was watching this one before our game started. I think it got to about halftime when as our game was kicking off. Yeah, like you said, high scoring. Liberty's going to the Fiesta Bowl, baby. Gonna greet them down here in Glendale to play the Oregon Ducks. I know Oregon's very excited about that matchup. I think it, and I was on Reddit earlier today, and I do think it's ridiculous that of the 12 New Year's Six spots, four of them went to SEC teams, and none of them got paired with Liberty.
Mm, yep.
That's ridiculous to me. I think that's very dumb. I think that's very dumb. Um,
Yeah,
I,
Oregon got a bad
Oregon by
break,
a bad
but
draw on this.
Bo's gonna just absolutely crush them.
Oh yeah, if he plays, if he
He
plays.
is.
Oh, you say he's playing already?
Yep.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, it's gonna
Well,
be bad. It's gonna be bad, man.
yeah,
Um,
no, it's gonna be
you
a
know, but I've been making the meme. God has God's helping Liberty. God's gonna have Liberty beat them because um Jamie Chadwell said God told him to go to Liberty.
right. Exactly.
They have the worst strength of schedule in FBS.
Mhm.
133 out of 133.
But they're going to a New Year's Six bowl. I would have put. I mean, don't get me wrong. You do have to kind of respect 13-0, but man, I would put SMU ahead of them.
With the logic that they applied for FSU and Bama, they should have put SMU ahead. I'm happy, I'm excited to see what they can do because maybe they can join the ranks of Tulane and UCF.
Hmm. You see, Mizzou Liberty would have been fair, I think, or Ole Miss Liberty. Yeah. Why did put Oregon against Ohio State? That'd be fun. A little
A
pre Big
rematch,
Ten
yeah.
and a
Or
preview too.
given Bo one last. It would have been cool if they could have done Oregon, Georgia, and given Bo.
Oh yeah,
What's the word? It's not dovetail, bookend.
bookend. Yeah,
You can bookend his Oregon career starting against Georgia and ending against
yeah,
Georgia.
yeah, yeah.
But congrats
Um,
to the Flames,
yep. We're going to the New Year's Six. We'll see you down here
even
in
though that's
Glendale.
probably the worst school in the country, probably worse than BYU even. They're crazy, crazy there. They're BYU without like the success and like an even more clearly corrupt, evil, immoral leader.
I don't know enough about the
You know who the
situation.
Falwells are? You know who the Falwells are? You know who Jerry Falwell Jr. is?
I do not.
So Liberty was made in like the late 90s to be the evangelical version of BYU or Notre Dame. And I would say that, the ideologies before we won't get too political, but I would say that there is a much less of a um intellectual foundation on evangelicalism than for like Catholicism or even Mormonism. And Mormonism believes that Jesus or that a bunch of people took a boat to South America and Jesus visited them a couple days after he died. So yeah, look it up. The Book of Mormon is weird, people. There's like two groups that go to South America and hate each other. It is weird.
Yeah, cannot speak on that. I have not read the Book of Mormon, unfortunately. Sounds like a good read though. Maybe I'll
You
give
know,
it a
it's a
look
good
sometime.
story. It's you got like Nephi Sewell. That's one of the big guys. Nephi is one of the, that's why
Hmm.
he's named that. And I don't think they talk about this, but I think when you die, like you're in charge of your own planet or something. I don't know. That's getting into weird stuff,
Sounds kind of sick actually.
but evangelicalism has less of a intellectual backing than that. At least current evangelicalism, especially the ones like sponsored by like the Fallouts. There was a funny clip that I saw or still that I saw on like some Oregon fans Twitter. It was like in the 90s because like Fallout was a big televangelist, you know.
Hmm.
And there was a it was like gay sex headquarters or something, and like they were like monitoring like TV shows preventing that from being shown to kids or something. It was very funny. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's the guy who started Liberty.
Really? Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
It's more you know, I
And
guess. The more you know.
his son is like always like bringing in pool boys and prostitutes and like flying to places and doing drugs. He's like Hunter Biden, but
Yeah.
evangelical. Yeah. He's really cool.
Well, there you go. I guess I'd be if in a way it'd be kind of even funnier knowing all that if Liberty somehow beat Oregon.
Oh yeah.
But it's not gonna happen. So congrats on the free win, Oregon. You've been getting them all
Free New
year.
Year's Six win. Free New
Free
Year's
New
Six
Year's
win.
Six win.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. It's a shame it's not the play because I know I had a buddy actually who was playing college football and went to a program that did end up playing in New Year's Six games um while while PlayStation was the host of the
Oh,
Fiesta
that was a
Bowl.
good one. Yeah.
And it was the year the PS5 came out. Everyone wanted to play in the Fiesta Bowl. Even if you weren't going to play in a CFP game, everyone's like, send us to the Fiesta Bowl, send us Fiesta Bowl, send us
hmm
Fiesta Bowl. And I think it ended up being Oregon and Iowa State that got it.
And Iowa State won that one.
Yeah, Iowa State won that one. So
Um, no, bowl game gifts are I'm so jealous.
unfortunately, it's now hosted by sponsored by
Verbo.
Verbo, not
Yeah.
PlayStation,
Rip.
which is not nearly as fun.
I wonder if he got a lot of Tostinos when it was
Ugh.
hosted by Tostinos.
No, the Tostitos. We talked about this. Or that? No, who was I talking? The Tostitos Fiesta Bowl was a perfect match.
Oh yeah.
It was a
I
perfect
want to
match.
have like a bunch of tacos and nachos.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Get a
it's
good
called the
spread.
Fiesta Bowl. It's called the Fiesta
Good
Bowl.
have oh, that was a perfect one. That was a perfect
That's
one.
perfect. It's
I
perfect.
like that the Rose Bowl is unsullied by
Yeah. Well,
sponsorships.
unless you presented by who's it presented by?
No, that doesn't count.
It's the Rose Bowl game presented by
I
someone.
don't know what you're talking about.
At least they put it after, I suppose. But yeah, it's presented by
What?
Prudential.
No, 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 no.
Oh, I'm playing the
Wait, Cheez-Its got the Citrus Bowl now?
yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, yeah. Cheese It's like passing
So
around.
that's why the Cheez-It Bowl no longer exists.
Yeah, because they got the Cheez It Citrus Bowl now. They're all cool. They took away the Outback Bowl and replaced it with the ReliaQuest Bowl. Lame. I always loved the Outback Bowl
I did too. It was a
because it
cool
was
name.
one because no, and the best thing was if the winner, like I think it was if the Big Ten team won, if you went to Outback that night, you got a free bloomin' onion, and if the SEC team won, you got free like shrimp or something, shrimp cocktails. It
That's
was sick.
awesome.
It was sick, and it was a nationwide thing too. I don't know why they got rid of that. The Outback Bowl was sweet. Also, Outback Steakhouse, I love you. Sponsor the pod.
I like Outback
I love
Steakhouse. I do
Outback
too.
Steakhouse. I went there for my graduation.
It doesn't have good steak or anything.
It's
But
regular.
like the
The
bloomin'
bloomin' onion's a
onions,
classic.
the cheese fries,
Mhm.
they got some tasty stuff, some shrimps. I love scrimps.
Hmm.
I love some Outback. We got to do a live show from the Outback.
Hmm.
But at least the Rose Bowl logo doesn't have a giant ad on it and isn't in front of it, is
That's
all I'll
true.
say.
They do make it pretty hard to see the presented by Prudential,
Hmm.
unlike pretty much every other bowl game. Um, Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl should call it the Chick-fil-A Chicken Bowl, to be quite honest, but that's a different conversation. We'll move
Well, that's
on
the
to
New
the
Year's Six.
Saturday
You're never
games.
changing the name.
That's true.
All right.
But they change
Oh,
it every 3 years for the Fiesta Bowl.
no, no, I'm talking about. Well, it's always the Fiesta Bowl.
Oh, no, no. Oh, I know what you're saying. Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
There's a
Um,
couple that you won't be able to change those.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Um,
I'm excited for
who
the Pop-Tart Bowl, the edible mascot. Poor
edible
guy.
mascot.
Don't eat me. I want to live.
I liked when the Mayo Bowl shout out like your move, Duke's Mayo
Oh
Bowl.
yeah. Oh yeah, that was good.
Anyways, moving forward to the Saturday
Make the
games.
Mayo Bowl a CFP game.
That's an idea. Now that's when it goes to 12, make the Mayo Bowl a CFP. Moving forward here, the game that just threw everyone for a loop and
Ruined it for us.
ruined honestly. And I was telling people after we won after we beat Oregon, I was saying I'll go to Pasadena for the Rose Bowl.
I
I'll find a
know.
way to get there. I will not be able to make it to New Orleans though.
I'm going.
So thanks,
Really?
Georgia.
Why not?
I work the next day. All
You
right,
have
book
work the
call.
next day for you work remotely.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not gonna fly to New Orleans and then fly all the way back to Phoenix. I could have driven to Pasadena. Um,
That's not a long flight. Come on, man.
I don't feel like it, man.
Come on. You're not the one dealing with price gouging like we are.
It's not exactly. That's true. That's true. Um,
I got lucky. I'll save this story, but I got lucky. So this was such a pleasant day. This was one of my most pleasant days of football watching ever.
mhm.
Was that Sunday? Just the comfort of our tickets punched. We're in. We
Yeah,
took
we're
care of
in.
business. Just sit back and enjoy.
Yeah, that's why I texted you earlier too. Is like we're the only team in the entire country that right now, and during the late games, it was after Georgia lost, was we're the only team in the entire country right now that knows they are in.
That was an
And
incredible feeling.
even if Michigan lost, they honestly probably still would have been in. They might
I
let
don't know if you
FSU
know
in over
anymore.
them.
I don't know if you know anymore.
Yeah.
But let's go in chronological order here.
All right, that's gonna be confusing.
That was Texas, Oklahoma
That
State.
was Texas, Oklahoma. So
But who
honestly,
was paired with them? Who was paired with them?
um, I want to say it
I
wasn't
want to say
Miami. It
It
wasn't.
wasn't App State Troy, was it?
No, I think that was an afternoon game. I don't think it was
I
SMU
think it might have
Tulane
been
either.
Miami Toledo.
It might have been Miami Toledo.
That was at Ford Field.
Yeah, you might be right. I think you're right about that one
I
actually.
watched both games. Yeah, I flipped between both. I definitely watched a lot more of Miami Toledo because that
It was a lot
Oklahoma State
closer.
Texas game got out of hand real quick. You
Yeah,
know, that was a horrible matchup for Oklahoma State. Like, playing a team that's solid against the run and you're a limited team against with a passing game. Um and Ollie Gordon got hurt, so
yeah,
that game
yeah.
was over.
At
Not
that
much
point,
to say. There was a big man touchdown that was very fun. That
that was
guy's
fun.
ginormous. Did
Devondre
a did
Sweat.
a
Hey, he might be a high draft pick next year.
He will
Remember that
be.
name,
No, he
Devondre
will
Sweat.
be. No, I've known that name for weeks.
There you go. Big
Months
12
even.
defense player of the year. Big 12 defense player of the year, Devondre Sweat.
Deserving. Did a
Hmm.
Heisman pose too. Um,
He will not be in New York, to the
Unfortunately.
dismay of many. Yeah.
They were totally running up the score too. Um,
Hmm.
and Sark got in his bag for this one too.
Hmm.
I think they put some stuff on film they might be regretting. Um, and then was it the Undertaker handed a WWE belt to Quinn Ewers? That was fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
That was
Brett
fun.
Yormark got booed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he got booed relentlessly, and
Yeah.
like Sarkisian was having to like
Yeah.
calm the crowd down. Oh
That
yeah,
was awesome.
that was
Um,
awesome.
But yeah, they knew they had to win convincingly to get in, and they did it. But
Yeah.
man, the Big 12 this year is garbage, and I think Texas will get a little bit exposed on the Rose Bowl or Sugar Bowl.
Sugar Bowl.
Damn it. Freaking Alabama, freaking Georgia. One thing I forgot to say, but George Kliavkoff made his first public appearance since August to hand the trophy. Everyone was like expecting him to show up with like a beard, It's funny. But he did it fine. He got out of there real quick after
Yeah,
he
there
gave
wasn't
that
a lot of
trophy.
talking. There was not a lot of talking, which
No, there was not.
good move. Good
I
move.
regret not, I'm not regret. I'm bummed I didn't get to go. Whose fault is that?
You just take responsibility.
I don't know. I don't know about that
Blame
one.
blame
The
blame
tickets were
price
cheap.
gougers. Blame price gougers, man.
The tickets to the game weren't that expensive.
No, I mean the flights. The flights.
There was a cheap flight somewhere.
I wasn't gonna be able to make it, man. Hey, no one said you couldn't fly into Phoenix and then get a rental car.
I can't get a rental. I'm not 25.
You can get a rental car if you're not 25. You just have to pay an extra fee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have done that then. But I had a good big old watch party there, so it was cool. But yeah, Anna Marie Cauce putting up the weirdest dubs ever.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
Anna Marie
I was so
Cauce.
sad seeing all those mascots get together one last time. That was sad.
I didn't realize I don't know if maybe I just haven't been exposed to USC's mascot enough. Creepy dude.
They have
Not
a
a fan of
live, that's
USC's
not even the
mascot.
real mascot, just like
I know
ours is
they've
at.
got
They have
yeah,
a
they've got
live person.
yeah.
They
And the
have an
horse.
actual
I think
Trojan and
technically
the
the
horse.
horse is the mascot. Yeah.
No, it's the person. It's the
Is it
person.
the person?
Yeah, it's the
Okay,
person. Well, and just like ours is actually dubs.
right. Right.
Now, are there any? I don't think there's any others in the conference
I mean, you could
that are
maybe
like that.
count Colorado's Buffalo, maybe.
Oh, yep. Oh, what's his name? I know it. I forget it. Do you
I
remember
don't
its
know it.
name?
I have
You
no
gotta look
idea.
this up.
I want
I
to say
need
it's
to
like
know.
Rumble or something,
No,
probably.
it's a person name. Ralphie. Ralphie.
I think you're right. Yep, Ralphie the Buffalo. Yep. Live
Let
mascots are the
Dion ride it.
best. Might Dion ride it into a game next year? That's why they didn't make it to the CFP. They didn't let Dion ride into a game. Gosh, they went
Um,
4-8, man. They went 4-8 after starting 3-0.
and very
And they
close
almost
to.
lost. And they almost
Yeah,
lost to ASU.
they did. Um, that was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, no, Texas took care of their business. I think they have a lot of good pieces on offense. I think the stage is going to be too big for Sark.
We'll see. We'll see.
Sark is 0-2 0-2 against the Dogs.
Oh, that's right. Because I forgot he was the SC. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
SC's coach. I forgot he was SC's
He got
coach.
fired after we played him.
That's right.
Um,
That's right.
but yep, they took care of business against a very inferior team. The Big 12 was, ACC got a lot of talk for being bad. I think the Big 12 was worse. Okay. You got Texas and Oklahoma, but after that, pretty close for me. If not, the bottom of the Big 12 was worse because you got the four newcomers. They were bad.
Yeah, 4 newcomers were really bad. Their 4 newcomers next year are going to be better, though. So,
Their four newcomers are going to run the conference.
yeah. Yeah. Especially with the ASU getting Jason Brown.
I think, there's a reason we lost
Loyal
him
to the soil, though, right?
There's a reason we lost him to ASU and not Oregon, is what I'll say.
That's true.
What I was told was we told him it's going to take some time for you to be able to play for us, and that's not what they said at ASU. Yeah. Oregon said the same.
Great job to our general manager.
That's so stupid that he's a general manager. Who the hell do you think you are? But Miami Toledo. This was a pretty fun one. Miami Ohio's defense is pretty fun. They had some players on that team. And then DeQuan Finn's really good. He's really good.
He's in the portal. So he'll be
He is.
he'll be
Yeah, he's gonna move up for sure. He
he'll
was
be a
he was
fun
the
Power
best player
Five
in the
carry
MAC.
next year. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's not the best arm, but he's a great runner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It'll
he'll
be
be a
interesting
fun
to see
player.
him in the Power Five. Probably lower Big Ten is my guess.
That makes sense. That's up. That adds up.
But
Um,
Miami Ohio's defense played really well.
they did. They did. I mean, shoot, holding Toledo only 14 points, and Toledo is like boat racing all their competition, it felt
Mm-hmm.
like.
As a really good offense.
Mm-hmm. What was the next set of games? I know Georgia Bama was in the next set.
It was
Where is
Georgia,
it?
Bama, and I believe Boise State, UNLV.
State UNLV. I think you're right. I think you're right.
What the hell happened?
Which game are we talking about?
Sorry, I'm gonna be right back. Talk about Jake Browning.
Talk about Jake Brown. I am always happy to talk about Jake Browning. Thanks for asking, Rob. What a game! What a game on Monday night! What a game on Monday night! Jake Browning might be the greatest quarterback of all time. Nah, I'm just kidding. That was fun though. That was fun. I'll talk about this more in the NFL podcast, but I got the Jake Browning jersey. Pride of Folsom High, as Troy Aikman very astutely pointed out. We're playing some I wasn't there, so playing some Johnny Cash on in Folsom last night. So that was big time for sure. That was big time. I honestly thought we were gonna lose out when Joe Burrow got hurt. Not happening because it's a little
We
bit
got
too
some
perfect.
very good news. We got some breaking news.
Oh yeah,
I'm going to the Sugar
you're
Bowl.
going to the Sugar Bowl. There you go. There you go. Down in New Orleans. Down in New Orleans. We're gonna do a live pod from New. Are you gonna be there for how long? You be there?
If we win, I'm going to be there for the whole week.
All right. Well, we'll do a pod live from the Big Easy. We'll do a pod, or I won't be there, but live from the Big Easy. Rob will be there. That'll be
Oh
fun.
my gosh. Someone who had high priority has some extra tickets that gonna sell face to me, which is just
Wow. Perfect.
I
Perfect.
got real lucky here. Sorry for the very abrupt
No, I mean for news like that, I mean we're gonna get a pod live from the Big Easy the night
I just
after the
had to
Sugar Bowl.
confirm, I got a message like, "Oh my gosh, I got to snag this real quick."
Hmm. No, for sure, for sure. That's something you gotta jump on. I get it, I get it, and I'm looking forward to that Big Easy pod now.
I'm gonna
It's
be in New Year's at in New Orleans, dude. That's
gonna
gonna
be
be
on Bourbon
crazy.
Street. You're gonna be on Bourbon
I'm gonna
Street.
be at Bourbon Street in New Orleans, man.
That's gonna be sick.
That's gonna be exciting.
Um,
Okay, let's get into should we do Boise State UNLV? There's not much to
let's
talk about for that one. I did flip between.
what happened to
What the
the
hell
go-go
happened?
offense? What happened to the go-go offense,
I think
man?
they're just outclassed.
Hmm.
UNLV's just been in such a gutter forever, actually.
Hmm.
And Boise State just has better recruiting, better players.
Hmm.
That's just what happens when you are the Kent State of the Mountain West, literally. They're like up there. They're up top 10 worst FBS program is
Hmm.
UNLV, which and I think part of it is it's big city commuter schools really struggle because UNLV Eastern is a Detroit commuter school,
Hmm.
they really struggle. But they should be so proud of their season.
Yeah, yeah,
So
they did a
proud.
lot. They accomplished a lot more than I think anyone gave them thought they would be able to.
No, absolutely. Brennan Marion's going to get a shot soon enough. I hope he picks a good spot. I know he's in consideration for San Diego State,
Hmm.
but they but what happened to Boise State after they fired Andy Avalos?
That's how bad
The
Avalos is holding him back, I guess.
Talon Green went off. I wonder if Bush Hampton got fired with Andy.
Let's find out. Let's find out. Let's do a little Google search here. Bush Hamden. Bush Hamden. No, he's still offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach at Boise State. So it's a monster. It's a monster. Now he's a Mountain West champion. He's a Pac-12 champion and a Mountain West champion. Um,
That's
unfor-
crazy.
Unfortunately, he never won the SEC when he was at Mizzou. But I mean,
He
um,
got the. I can't believe he got an OC job at Mizzou.
yeah, yeah. He got fired from the OC job at Washington. He turned that into the OC job at Mizzou. I mean, credit where credit's
Well,
due.
I
And
think
I
he
like
had some
Bush.
time off though. I think he only was there for 1 year.
I think you're right. I think you're
And
right.
as soon as he leaves, Kirby Moore and they bring in Kirby Moore, they have an amazing season.
Yeah. Gosh, I can't believe UNLV plays their home games at Allegiant Stadium. Like that's got to be one of the biggest mismatch, like bad football program, but plays in a super
I
nice
know.
stadium
Well, they
just because of
used to
where they're
play at
at
where they played what was it called? They didn't play there until it got made.
Until the
Yeah.
Raiders built that
They
stadium.
played
Yeah.
at a pretty meh place. I think it was like Sam Boyd, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right.
But they had a hell of a season. They just got boat raced. And Ashton Janty announced today that he's coming back,
Is he now? Is he now? All right.
which is like I already had SEC offers too.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Good for
Which is like, I
Ashton, man.
wanted him. I wanted him. I hear Jaden Ott has some pretty crazy offers too.
I bet. I bet. But moving to Georgia Bama.
Here we
Good
go.
game.
I texted you after the first two possessions by each team,
That Georgia was gonna roll.
and it looked like it though. It didn't it look like it?
Georgia did outgain them. So if you define roll as picking up yardage, yes.
Um, it was they looked great on offense in the first drive, and it was I think it was a 3-and-out on the first drive on
Yeah.
defense.
Yeah.
So it's like, yep, I thought it was over. What Nick Saban has said is they switched from odd to even, I believe,
Mhm.
after the first drive, and that's how everything changed. Mike Bobo is getting a lot of hate. I can't believe Georgia laid an egg, in my opinion. Georgia
Mhm.
laid a fat egg. Um, because I still don't think this Bama team is that amazing. They have a lot of talent on defense, but like I'm still not convinced about their offense. Isaiah
Fourth and
Bond has
three.
been playing better.
Mhm.
Man, there it goes through Milroe. Milroe is definitely the star.
So funny because they're a 4th and 31 conversion away from not being here. A fourth
Hmm
and 31 conversion against a bad Auburn team, mind
mm
you,
Auburn team that just got beat by 3 scores by New Mexico State
at home. At
at
home.
home. Um, so like there should be less hate at like Georgia. Why can't you get it done? Should be more mad at Alabama or Auburn for not getting it done.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Auburn was in a position to end Alabama's season like they have before, and they couldn't finish. They failed to
Hmm
finish. Tough breaks.
Good teams
Tough breaks.
finish.
Finish.
No, freaking Auburn, man. They should have
Freaking
beaten
Auburn.
them.
It
They
should be
should have
Georgia
beaten
too.
them.
It should be
No, they
Georgia
should
too,
have. It
actually.
would have been in the SEC title if it weren't for Bama. No, that was locked up though. I think before the Auburn game, it was.
Yes. Yeah, they were that they'd already
But they wouldn't have
claimed
made the
it.
CFP.
No, they wouldn't. Yeah, they wouldn't even been talks about CFP. They would have been like 13 or 14 in the country if they lost to Auburn because they were number
Hmm
8 in that game. Um, Crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. Like literally less than a week. If you go to the hour, less than a week after that 4th and 31 conversion, um, they were the SEC champion.
But Georgia laid a fat egg, but Saban's
Mm-hmm.
insane in SEC championship games. He's lost one.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, and he has Kirby's number, I think.
What was the one he lost?
Burrow,
No, he didn't. That was
because LSU's
Georgia.
SEC West.
Yeah, LSU's West.
Okay, maybe to Florida.
Maybe. How long has Saban been at Bama? I know he's been there for it
But
feels like
Saban might have been
forever.
in Miami during then. No, Saban was there in 09 and 010.
Yeah, because that was the year. But oh
All right,
nine to
we got
10
to look
was
this up. That was
yeah,
Auburn. Yeah, it was 10 was Auburn, right?
yeah.
All right, we got to look up Nick Saban SEC championships because I'm really curious about this.
Nick Saban SEC championship record. Wait, why is it giving me his CFP record? I don't care about CFP record. Here we go. So he's won the SEC 11 times, but how many of those were at Bama?
Not all of them were at Bama.
2001. Yeah, 2009 on was at Bama.
All
So
right, wait. Let's see. Western Division. Here we go. Oh, wait, is the one he lost, it looks like.
yeah, you're right.
Oh, wait,
2008.
no, 13, because SEC West 2012 to I think it might have been 13
2013
or
was the year Auburn won it though. Yeah, because Auburn played
well, how are they Western Division champs though?
yeah, that doesn't make any sense because Auburn, I remember Auburn played Mizzou in that game in the SEC championship that year because that was this game after the pick or the kick six.
Oh, you're right. That must have been a mistake then.
Mhm.
So okay, let's look up oh 08. Let's look up oh 08 SEC championship.
Yeah, here we go. 2008 SEC championship. Yep, Florida beat Alabama. There it is.
Ah, ha, I
We
got it.
found it. We found it. Um, Gator
So
Chomp
many
right
people have
there.
had the chance to put the nail in the coffin and no one's done it. Ah,
What was the 2022 SEC championship? No, because the 2022 SEC championship was
Georgia,
LSU
LSU.
Georgia. Yeah. Why is it saying here, if we go back, why is it saying here they won it in
Okay, so
2022?
this ones are just messed up then.
Yeah, no, the division maybe it was like had a share of the lead, but like lost a tiebreaker or something. I don't know, but that's wrong. That is
That could be
wrong.
interesting. But I mean, if you lose to tiebreaker, that means you lost. So I
Yeah,
disagree.
exactly. So yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Um, but yeah, Bama's in.
Interesting. Pete, so many
Bama,
people have had the chance to do it, and they haven't done it this season.
they have not. They have not. Maybe Michigan finally will.
Um, I don't think they will, but we'll get into that.
We'll get into that.
All right, what's next? I believe it was Michigan,
Tulane,
Iowa,
SMU.
and Tulane. Oh, Tulane, SMU. Yep.
Yeah,
Tulane
Tulane,
laid
SMU.
another egg. They don't
They
have
did.
the receivers, I think, are still banged up.
Mm-hmm.
SMU's defense under Rhett Lastly really made the defense better this offseason. That really shut them down. But that is probably Michael Pratt's last game at Tulane.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was Willie Fritz's.
That's true. That's true. He's the new head coach at the University of Houston. So congratulations to Willie Fritz on taking
But it's sad to see, Tulane, you've had a great run over the last 2 years. Enjoy it, tough to end that way.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, at the end of this game, the commissioner was of the AAC was yelling at the ESPN lady commentator because like the sound wasn't working. He's like, it's not hooked up to the PA. It's not hooked up to the PA, but it was hooked up to the TV, so you could hear him saying that. It was very funny. And she was like,
Oh
she clearly
gosh.
was like, I'm not in charge of this. Why are you yelling at me? That was very
Yeah.
funny.
Oh well. Oh well.
And then Michigan, Iowa, those people at that golf course in Iowa got hammered because it was free beers
It was
until
free
Iowa
beers until
scored.
they scored. Oh yeah. They had a fun night there. They had a fun night there. Let the
Michigan's
rest of
D
Michigan
not D. Oh,
offense.
underperformed. Yeah.
Yeah. Although Iowa's got a good defense. You gotta give them credit. Got a very good defense.
Without Cooper DeJean though.
Yeah, still they got a good defense.
They have a good defense. That punt return hustle was pretty impressive. But that wouldn't have happened if you didn't miss your tackle.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the season ends. Kirk Ferentz should retire, to be honest.
Yeah. Honestly, it doesn't seem
The
like he's
reason
going.
your defense is so good is the way you practice, and that's why your offense is so bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Kirk Ferentz. I mean, it's been like that for a long time now, but I just feel like every year it becomes almost a parody of itself.
It
Like when you're
became a joke. It was so bad the AD had to step in. The interim AD.
yeah.
It was that bad. And like, it wasn't a Brian Ferentz problem. It was a it is a whoever you would have brought in would have been running the same offense because it's the offense of Kirk Ferentz.
Hmm.
And it's the way they practice. It's the same reason why, unless um, Lincoln Riley fundamentally changes the way he runs his practice, um, he won't have a good defense.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's the same reason why a lot of former DCs who are head coaches have dog shit offenses is the way they run their practice. But hey, the memed so hard that Phil Parker got the Broyles Award. What a joke. He should not have gotten the Broyles Award.
The meme so hard, man. The only
Did
they
meme hard.
they did win 10 games.
They had a dog shit schedule, man.
Yeah.
Probably the worst Big Ten West ever. Didn't play Michigan or Ohio State in the regular season.
Yeah.
It is bad, man. But, congrats to Michigan, undefeated season.
That's true. It's true. One of three. One of three.
Harbaugh handled the trophy very classily, I think. Didn't make a big scene about Tony Petitti. He gave it to Zach Zinter, which is good. Good
Hmm.
move.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. Um,
And
and
that was surprising because Harbaugh's never handled anything in his life with class.
well, he's gonna handle the Las Vegas Raiders head coaching job with class. That's for sure.
Hmm.
That's
Oh
not-
man.
oh wait, we forgot App State Troy.
App
I didn't
State
watch this
Troy.
game. Troy destroyed him though. I see
App
that.
State didn't get away with it one last time. Troy's your
Yeah,
Fun Belt champion.
there you go. Shout out Troy.
I forget who's their head coach. I
Trojans.
think they had a good head coach like a year or two ago who moved up, right?
Yeah. Shoot. No, not Billy Napier. Billy Napier was
No, that
beaten
was
a lot
Raging
by it.
Cajuns.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot. But hey, program's still doing well. So shout out
Hmm.
that guy. And then lastly, FSU Louisville.
Ugh, gross. Worse offensive display than Iowa.
I wouldn't know that far. I mean, they at least had some,
That's
good
true. They
run
they scored
plays.
points. They scored points.
They had good run plays, and the
They
defense played
literally
really well.
did the old Baylor fuck it run Wildcat after a while.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give credit that defense, especially the defensive line, played a fantastic game.
That's a good defensive line. It's
Yeah,
honestly, I'd say maybe the best defense in college football this year.
yeah. No, they
It's
were
really good.
fantastic.
They're really good.
Did
Um, both Verse and what's his name, the guy from Central Michigan,
Fisk.
Fisk with a E at the end. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was disruptive as hell. I love it.
No,
I
he'll
love a
be
disruptive interior D line.
yeah, but I don't know if no versus definitely going to the draft because he's going to be a top 10 pick.
Oh yeah. I
Fisk
don't know if
already
he'll be
Senior
a
Bowl.
top 10 pick anymore. I don't know if he's gonna be top 10 pick anymore, but he's definitely going first round.
Yeah,
The
and
shine on the top two edges coming into the year. They didn't have as good a season as expected, but they turned it on. It was like identical for Verse and Trice, is they've really turned it on the last month, which is crazy.
um and
Can't
and then
believe a
Fisk
team
is
led by
going Senior Bowl.
Jack Plummer, made a conference championship game. He's
And
bad, man.
they had a good season. Yeah, he was horrible in this game, but he had a good. I mean, I shouldn't say they had a
Yeah.
good season. They had
That
a good
that Louisville
offense.
defense is good. That Louisville defense is really good, though. Which
Hmm.
is crazy because Jeff Brohm's the offensive coach.
Hmm.
Brom. Um, they got a transfer committed though today, and it was big. It was an
Tyler
interesting
Shuck,
name, but yeah, I can't believe he has eligibility.
7th-year senior, baby. Shout out COVID. Shout
Oh
out
my God.
COVID.
He was playing for Oregon a couple years ago. Oh my God. It's not like he's gonna be much better.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean he was playing for Oregon in the Fiesta Bowl in the
Yeah,
against Iowa State.
yeah. Now it's a 2020 year.
Yeah. And then next year was Anthony Brown, then 2 years of Bo Nix. So it's been 3 years since he wasn't Oregon's quarterback, and he's going to be playing next year for Louisville. It's crazy, man. Seventh year senior. Shout out
What the
COVID.
hell? What the
Shout
hell?
out
Hey,
COVID.
at least I wasn't in college as long as Tyler Shuck.
That's right. That's right. You can all never I mean, how long?
I was in it for 5 years. Shut up.
Hey, that's a standard
Technically
red shirt. That's
four.
a standard. That's a
Technically
standard red
four.
shirt year. You
Technically
got one red
four.
shirt year.
Technically four and go to school over COVID.
Oh, there you go. That's true. That's fair. You got the red shirt year then.
I had the redshirt year, yeah. But that's championship weekend. That was a
Yeah,
fun weekend of football. There
it
was
was a
some fun
very fun
upsets
weekend.
in there.
It's so fun to watch knowing you're locked in. I will
It
say
was
Saturday was fun when it's just stress free.
it was one of the most pleasant days of Saturdays of college football I can remember in a while.
Yes. Which led into one of the more interesting Sundays.
I couldn't sleep just how happy I was, but I woke up in time for this and man, crazy. There was a legitimate argument for UW to be number one, which is
Yeah.
crazy. Um,
I knew they
but
wouldn't do it, but
no,
I
no, they
once
wouldn't.
once I saw the AP poll come out and it was like UW had 11 votes, but Michigan had like 43 or whatever, I was like, yeah, no, it ain't
We
gonna
had first place votes. We're number two, man. What a
number two in
time.
the
For the
country.
first two, everyone knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, everyone
I
knew it
was
was
a
gonna be
little
Michigan, one,
surprised when I
Washington
when I
two.
saw Texas at three. I knew FSU was getting left out.
I agree.
I like how UW was the only team that didn't really have a watch. I guess Bama and Georgia didn't either, but honestly, I don't think either of them thought they were getting in.
Yeah. They
Um,
were interviewing Saban a lot on the pop program though, so I mean, Saban was
I just love
watching.
how UW was like, nope, we're not. This isn't what we're excited for. You know, I love that
Uh-huh.
mentality of we're
They
getting
had their
excited over
banquet.
replacement. We want to get excited over being in the natty.
Yeah.
And also it was early too, so let the players have a day to sleep in.
You got three blue bloods and then Washington there. But Washington does have the best quarterback left. And that does
Huskies
go
have the best quarterback in the field, and that is big,
and that is very big.
especially when there's clearly not a dominant team in here, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, you can make strong arguments for all these teams. Now I will also say Washington's got the worst
The
defense
weakest
left.
defense. Yep. Yep.
So
I agree.
that's also a factor.
Um, fuck it, it's
Jimmy
worked
Lake,
so
come back.
far.
Come on, Jimmy, please.
No, the
Please, man.
defense was bad under Jimmy as a head coach too, though. People don't remember that. It wasn't good. You know who we should bring back?
Who? Kwiatkowski?
Yes.
Well, too
Because he
bad we're
actually
going
knew how
up
to run a
against them.
defense.
We're going up against him this
He
in the
actually knew how to
Sugar
run a
Bowl.
defense. Well, I saw like some Texas fans like, you don't know who you're up against. You're up against Pete Quickhouse. He was like, yeah, we do.
Where do you think you got him from? Do your research, man.
Um,
I just agree on the Jimmy take though. I think the
no,
defense
he
was
did
good.
not run a good defense. He did not run a
Defense
good
looks good.
defense. No, it didn't. No, it didn't, especially against the run. It was awful.
But yeah, it's
And
bad
so,
against the run,
you
but we
gotta,
still
you
had
gotta, you
elite
gotta,
DBs, and that was his
and
forte.
but guess, yeah, but still, if you have elite DBs, guess what you can do? Man them up and stack the box. You had
Yeah.
two, it was like, it's that defense is like playing 13 personnel and just having one receiver with our receivers this year. That's what it was like. It was horrible. You had two corners go in the top 50, nearly top 40. It was absurd.
hmm
You match your personnel. You match your scheme to your personnel. Scheme should not be inflexible. That's a big thing I believe in. But what are your reactions to Texas and Bama filling the last two slots?
I'm torn. I am honestly torn because I do think Texas and Bama are definitely better teams than FSU.
Hmm.
Like, there's just no way around that. Like, if you just want straight the four best teams, yeah, they got the four best teams. If that's what they're going for, which theoretically is what they should be going for, yeah, they got it right, 100%. But man, gutted for FSU. They
Hmm.
did everything. I mean, all you can do is win. All you can do is
Hmm.
win. Play who's on your schedule. Yeah, they were down their starting quarterback, but guess who else was down their starting quarterback? The Eagles. The Ohio's 2014 Ohio State. Like all those teams, they were missing their quarterback, or the Eagles, as in the Nick Foles Eagles, I should specify. No, I'm not saying FSU would have gone on a magical run with Tate Rodemaker. They probably don't, but we'll never know.
We'll
We'll
never
never
know.
know. And they did everything they could. They didn't slip up once. They went 13-0. They won their they won what is supposed to be considered a Power 5 conference. Let's be real. With the committee's decision, it's not Power 5, it's a Power 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Big
They
Ten.
made
and
it
the
very
SEC.
clear.
It's the Big Ten and the SEC. That's it. I mean, shoot,
When
of the top four, 2 teams that will be in the Big Ten next year against 2 teams that'll be in the SEC next year. It's a Power 2. You
No,
can
it absolutely
basically
is.
when the
Well,
ACC,
look at the top 13. There's one ACC team.
Yeah.
There's one non-power 2 team.
Yeah. When the ACC goes the way of the Pac-12 this coming summer,
It's going to be hard to do, man. It's going to
December
be hard to do.
3rd. No, and I get that. But if anyone can do it,
It's
Florida
FSU.
State and Clemson, because they got the money.
UNC's trying to get out too.
Yeah. We will look back at December 3rd,
I think it'll be UNC in
2023.
Miami as well. No. It goes back to even later. It goes on back even further, man. It's SEC in Oklahoma.
Well,
But
yes.
if you want to really talk, if you want to really
if you want
to
to talk
where
about
it truly started, where it truly started, it was the Oklahoma Board of Regents versus NCAA. That's when it started. That was in the 80s.
True. Fair. But I'm just talking about when the trigger got pulled.
Mm-hmm.
Is December 3rd, 2023, when the College Football Committee or College Football Playoff Committee said going undefeated, there's the word, and winning the ACC does not make you a top 4 team. It doesn't matter.
And you see that new stuff out today about Charlie Baker about making a new subdivision.
Yeah, I did.
That's why. For my reaction to this, I was actually really surprised that FSU got left out. I thought it was a pretty simple decision. I thought it was going to be Texas at 4 and FSU at 3. I really did think that. So I was surprised to see that happen. And it's just, I think it's pretty unforgivable to leave a Power 5 conference champ undefeated out. I think it's very unforgivable. I understand their decision.
There are many years where we will not have a single Power 5 conference champion that's undefeated. This year we had 3 and we left one of them out.
It's so hard to do. I understand their decision though. I do. I get Florida State, especially what we've seen from their quarterbacking. It's not good enough for the CFP. And Texas and Bama are the better teams, and they've been saying for a couple of weeks now that Texas and Bama they want the best 4. But here's a couple things that feel off to me. The week before, they still had Florida State at 4 and said the quarterback wasn't in our decision. But then, so Florida State's at 5, right? Well, Georgia's the better team than Florida State, though. So why is Georgia not at 5? Yeah. That's the weird one for me. And they say you discuss it in 3s. Okay, so you discussed it in Bama, FSU, and Georgia. Well, if Bama's better than FSU, so is Georgia. So that's just where it's kind of weird to me. And then that same thing happening with Liberty and SMU. Well, SMU's the better team, but Liberty's undefeated. Why'd you put those in front? That's another one that confuses me. And same goes for like Arizona. I think Arizona should maybe even be 11, maybe even 10. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Notre Dame at 16 is joke. Oh
yeah, no, Notre Dame. I'm actually excited for the Alamo Bowl this year between Oklahoma and Arizona, because I know I said on the pod
awesome
3 weeks ago that Arizona would beat Oklahoma on a neutral site, and we're gonna get it. And we're gonna get
it. I think it's gonna be without Dylan Gabriel.
And it's gonna be because Dylan Gabriel's in the portal. He'll have a new college by then. He'll probably be chilling in Eugene, Oregon.
He probably will be.
So
And then why the hell is K-State still ranked? Get them the hell out of there. Same with Oklahoma State.
Yep.
Stop the charade.
Yeah,
The
get
Big
OSU out
Ten,
of there. That's
the Big
ridiculous.
12 is ass.
They dropped OSU what 2 spots when they got absolutely boat raced by Texas. Get out of
Hmm
here. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I just don't get it. I don't get it. It's
Mm-hmm.
an awesome slate though for the CFP. It really is. It's very
It
well
is a great
balanced.
CFP play. And honestly, I could see either semifinal game going either way. And I don't know if I have a clear favorite for who wins it all. The
I
funny
can
thing
see
is,
any team winning it all.
I could see any team winning it all. And the funny thing is, I feel like if you wanted to say Vegas's favorite probably right now would be Bama.
Hmm
Probably. I know. I think Michigan's technically the favorite, but I mean,
They're not
you're
going to do
right.
it. I don't think they're going to do it
Michigan is known for choking in the first
in
round.
the semis. Yeah.
Yeah, they've done it 2 years in a row.
This is
Waiting for
a
a chance
much
to
different
come.
feeling that I have than what I do against for 2016. It's a much different feeling.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Um, Michigan got a brutal draw. They got, and you can see it with their players' reactions to it being revealed.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Saban with a month is scary, man.
Yeah. Well, luckily, if we play him, he'll only have a week.
Exactly. Well, Saban's army of analysts is very scary.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's what he sicked them on Chris Peterson in 2016, and he talks about that from time to time. Um, they got a tough draw, but you know what I'm a little upset about is, I think they probably should have given UW the Rose Bowl just for travel considerations since
Well, the
they
thing
did
is,
mention that.
they don't get to make that decision. Michigan makes to make
No,
that decision.
no,
Don't notice
no,
whoever gets
no, that
number
got
one.
debunked. That got debunked. It's not. It's the committee's decision. It 100% is. There was a lot of talking about this on Saturday.
Who gets to decide who gets which CFP semifinal bowl? The number one team in the final CFP ranking gets to choose where it wants to go for the
Nope,
semifinal.
that's 100% not true. That's probably some article note. Go on the CFP website. It will tell you that. It's the committee decides. And it brings into consideration fan traveling. This got debunked. Let's not waste time on this. I know this 100%. Trust me on this one, Beau.
Um,
Why is there a reason that they'd say Washington prefers the Rose Bowl at the show?
I like on the frequently asked questions. Why is the playoff not more than 4 teams? um, yeah, I don't know.
But I think
I
there was no winners though there because then you got Michigan against Bama in the South, but still making Washington go that far is tough. But it's a bit of a geographical hurdle we have being on the West Coast. It's not super fair. No near six is super fair than the Rose for us. Sucks that Michigan's in it this year.
yeah.
Um, we wouldn't be having this discussion if Georgia or Auburn didn't screw up, or we would have rightfully been given the 1 seed. But honestly, I will take having to get to the Sugar Bowl rather than having to play Bama, to be honest. That's a tough game to play, but there's not too many, it's Sugar's honestly like the third most favorable for this matchup, to be honest,
Mm-hmm.
because Orange would be bad. So would Peach. Cotton Bowl's in Texas. Rose and Fiesta would be better. Fiesta's still not great though, because it's pretty close to Texas too. And then you got then you got Sugar.
Yeah.
Huskies drew a pretty favorable matchup though, I will say. I think we drew the team we match up the best against in
Well,
the
we
first
beat them
round.
last year, so I just need to do that again.
All right. Um the Texas DBs are very bad, and Texas fans will tell you that. And
Yeah,
that's
no, I
that's
was
very
talking
good
to a
for us.
Texas fan about this. Yeah, heard the exact same thing.
I think it's gonna be a shootout. And I don't trust Quinn Ewers to be able to win that.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. See. I mean, we beat Bo Nix twice. And Bo Nix had a better season than Quinn
Is
Ewers.
better than Quinn Ewers. Well, Quinn Ewers isn't a
He's
runner.
hurt. Yeah. That's true too. That is very true.
And yeah,
Um
and Quinn Ewers isn't 100%. Yeah, I forgot about that.
well,
I
by the time this game gets played, he'll probably be fine.
I don't know, man. And then
He has been banged up though.
um and they had a rough time against their pass rushers last year. And guess who's back? Guess who's
All the
going to be
pass
playing?
rushers.
Peyton Durfee or Zach
Peyton
Durfee.
Durfee or Zach Durfee. Well, there you go.
And he's gotten a lot of rave reviews. I'm still a little hesitant of, his first game in Division I football is going to be in a CFP. But everyone I've talked to, especially people who work for the team, are like, well, yeah, but he's played in practice for months against two NFL tackles. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, that's a pretty good point. And played very well against them. Uh, Supposedly his spin move helped them prepare for Jonah Ellis.
It's not bad. It's not bad. They played pretty well against Jordan Ellis. So maybe, just maybe, we got a shot. I'm just kidding. I think
I think we have a lot more than a shot. I feel like we have a shot was Bama last time.
yeah. I don't
I
think
got
we do.
my eyes on Houston, man. You get 2 games of dome Penix.
That's true. Del Penix did
And
play
guess
pretty good
and
on
and honestly, I feel like the Superdome is the fastest field in all American stadiums.
we'll see. We'll see how Rome
You
plays in
had
that game.
those Sean Payton, you had those Sean Payton Saints teams, man. That was a fast field. I am a little worried about noise because it's going to be a lot of Texas fans.
Oh, 100%. 100%. We're gonna talk more about this on future podcasts though, for sure. I mean, next week we do a whole
I
game
mean, I think
preview.
one thing that's just been shown in under the DeBoer era is like, yeah, defensive coordinators can't stop 3 healthy NFL receivers. You just can't do that with college defenders.
Mm-hmm.
And we got 3 healthy NFL receivers going into that game.
Mm-hmm.
Texas's D tackles are amazing, but
Right. Got a strong interior though.
it's our weaker part of the line,
I mean, it is
um,
the weakest, but it's not bad. I mean,
but it's
Parker
not
Burrell
bad,
could
and we
just
don't
run
run
it
up the
all
middle either.
Pac-12 board. Yeah.
We don't run up the middle either. That's the
Yeah.
thing. I think Parker Brailsford's going to look very small
Oh yeah, he's gonna look tiny
next to
next
those
to
two.
Sweat and yeah.
But I mean, centers play with leverage, and I've told he's the strongest offensive lineman pound for pound. He's
Mm-hmm.
super, super strong. So I'm excited for that matchup though. And Kalepo's a big boy. Kalepo's a big boy, and Belo's not small either.
Yeah.
If Wayne Talapapa could carve up that defense,
Right. That's a good point.
and that was I don't know if that was better Texas defense, but
Right.
I don't, might be a bit not as good of a Texas offense though, to be honest, especially without
Uh,
Brooks.
their run game won't be as much of a threat, but they do have AD Mitchell and Xavier Worthy.
Xavier Worthy's really good, but he's
He's
inconsistent. And he's the
yes.
same thing as Quinn, inconsistent.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I've on good. I know a lot of people talk about Xavier Worthy's drops in the Alamo Bowl last year. I've on good authority. Apparently, he was playing that game with a broken hand,
That
so
makes sense. That makes a lot of
that
sense.
contributes, right? So, yeah,
It sounds
it's
like a
just
joke.
it sounds like a joke, but no, yeah, I talked to. I have a guy who's sourced with the current Texas team, and he played there. Played that team game with a broken hand.
hmm
Which, yeah, like you said, it literally sounds like a joke. It sounds like a setup for a punchline, but no. So that's one of those things as a receiver. If you got a broken hand, you should probably just sit that one out. Your backup can catch passes, right?
hmm
So, I guess it's the Alamo Bowl. He just wanted the reps. Any more thoughts on these final rankings though? It's the last time we're gonna look at them. So
Clemson's too high. So is OSU. So is Tennessee. So is Kansas State, and so is NC State. USC should be, or USC or Utah should be on here.
Utah, yes. USC, no. USC was 7-5.
They had a brutal schedule.
They did. They did. Yeah. They got all the big boys in the Pac-12 and outside. Oh, no, they did.
And Notre Dame. And
And
Notre
Notre
Dame.
Dame. That's true. That's true. So, yeah. All right.
Ooh,
Well,
something to talk about USC though. Went under the radar that Friday, but they hired DeAnton Lynn from UCLA. It's like, holy shit. I can't believe they snagged him.
yeah. It's a good hire. It's a good hire.
Good hire, but will he change his practices?
I mean, it'll be better. It will be better. Will it be great because of the way Lincoln runs his practices? Probably still no, but it will be better. It will be improved.
But I'm excited to see what happens there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see. Well, we'll be in the Big Ten the next time we watch USC, and they will not have Caleb Williams either because actually, I guess technically Caleb hasn't declared yet, but he already said he's not playing in
Well,
the
he's
Holiday
he's not
Bowl.
playing in the
So
Holiday Bowl, so what does that tell you? Why would he not play in the bowl game if he's coming back? Let's be real here, folks.
exactly. I'm just saying technically he is not declared yet. Although if you opt out of your bowl game, that's basically
Yeah.
everything but a
You'd
declaration.
be the biggest asshole ever if you
It's like I'm just gonna take this one off, guys.
what if he transfers? What if he transfers to UW?
Oh, now we're talking. Now we're talking. It's like we wake up tomorrow morning. Caleb Williams has put his name in the transfer portal. Does not want to play for the Patriots or Bears.
Don't blame him.
Don't blame him.
All right. Let's get into the America's game coming up.
America's game, Army, Navy. Army with I mean, I don't even try to
Navy's
trust this matchup predictor because
I'd trust Army over Navy right now.
100%. I'm just saying I don't trust this matchup predictor because it's like 62% Army, and it's like, well, I mean, Oregon was like 75 last week, and we saw that turned out. So ESPN matchup predictor, you are nothing to me. However, Army just being the better.
All right, scroll down on the right side. I saw something very funny. It's just FBS independent standings conference 0-0-0-0. I think that's just so funny for some reason.
Shocker.
Well, Army's gonna be, I think, in the AAC going forward, right?
Yeah, they are. I think they
Just for football though.
Year. Yeah, but yeah, they're gonna be. They're finally gonna have a conference. All the
Service academies
will have conferences.
Shout out to the Merchant Marine Academy football team. That's a real thing.
Yeah,
They play
Division
Coast Guard.
3.
Yep. They play Coast Guard. Imagine. God, it's so funny.
Yeah, every single branch of the military is represented.
There's Space Force football
We
team.
do not have a Space Force University yet.
Oh, dang.
We got to make that. SFU. Put it in Phoenix. Actually, no. Where would they put it? Where is Space Force headquartered? Hold on. This is sort of stuff you get here on the West Coast Draft Podcast. Space Force is headquartered in headquarter. Oh wait, no, I'm looking for the American Space Force. Yeah, wait, it was giving me like just Space Force and I guess Russia's had a Space Force since the 1990s. So the more you know. I did not know that. Okay, so it's headquartered in Arlington, Virginia.
Evil city right there.
Yeah, so which makes sense. So well, oh wait, never mind. Duh. I'm a moron. Their headquarters is the Pentagon. I probably should have
Yeah.
2 and 2 together on that one.
Come on, man. I know
was...
that though, because I know way too much about American politics. The thing about Army is they've changed up their offense, which sucks. Some new blocking rules did fuck over the service academies. I think they should just make the rules for everyone else except them.
Mm-hmm.
Because it would be funny. It did hurt their cut blocking. So Army's really gone away from the flexbone. Navy is the only true flexbone, really, because Air Force is a wing T team with flexbone sets. I remember high school years watching Ken Niumatalolo's Navy doing well.
Oh, you know what? They would put the Space Force Academy probably in Florida
Or Houston.
or Houston, one of the two. That's where they put one of the two. That would make sense. Sorry, but keep going. I was still on my where would we put a Space Force Academy?
Um, I'm gonna go Navy just because they actually run the flex bone. There's too many shitty spread teams, and they don't even have the horses to run it. Give me Navy.
I'm gonna go Army for the sole reason that well, A, go Army beat Navy, Army family, so have to represent. Also, we've seen these two against a common opponent in Air Force,
Mm,
and Army destroyed Air Force, and Navy got
that's
destroyed
true.
by Air Force. So,
Different
um,
times of year though.
that is true.
I
That is
think
true.
Air Force still. I think if Navy wins, Air Force gets the Commander's Trophy or whatever it's called.
Yes, yes. Now, if Army wins, they get the Commander's Trophy because you have if you win both, like if you because obviously they kind of play a little round robin every single year. If you win both games against the other schools, you get the Commander's Trophy.
Hmm.
So if Army wins, they'll get it. If Navy wins, no one gets it.
And no, Air
Which
Force gets it.
Air Force will get it.
Yeah, goes to somebody. It's
Oh,
tiebreaker. Yeah,
oh. Maybe it just goes to teams, but I don't know. I didn't know that though. I thought just it kind of took the year off of it. If you kind of
that's
do
pretty
the
fun. That's a fun trophy thing, being a
yeah
three-way.
yeah yeah there you
But
go. A little
run
round
the
robin.
actual flex bone, Monken. I know you're trying to get a better job. And honestly, Army has the lamest of the mascots. Black Knights, lame.
I don't know. Falcons is pretty lame.
I guess. I don't know. Both of those need to be changed.
I give
They
Navy
should be
credit
like
for
that. They should be like related to their branch,
yeah.
you know.
It should be the
Um,
Army like the Army cadets or something.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. The cadets and the Air Force pilots,
Or the
that's
Air
one.
Force,
Or
or the I mean, it would probably be like just too redundant, but like the Air Force Airmen or something.
yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So there you go. So we got differing. Oh wait, the spread. I think give me Army to win by 3. So
Navy with the points.
maybe it's points. There
Three is bold.
we
Three is
go.
bold with these games, my friend.
Hey, Army's quarterback, leading passer and leading rusher is the same guy, and that's always a good sign. So give me Army. And now we got some college football awards to talk about here, and some fun ones in here. And we'll talk about the Heisman Trophy at the end as well, because we actually you want to leave with the Heisman Trophy or want to
No,
save
no,
best for last?
end with it.
Okay, end
Save
with
the
it. All
best
right,
for
so
last.
we're talking first and foremost the Chuck Bednarik Award. What's fun is, I mean, I'm looking at a lot of these, and it's like most of these guys will be in the draft next year. So we'll be talking about all these
Hmm.
guys over
Oh,
the
awesome.
course of the next few months. Like all three of the guys up for the Bednarik Award will all be getting drafted next April.
Hmm.
Laiatu Latu, Dallas Turner, Peyton Wilson. Latu just recently, actually today, won Pac-12 Defense Player of the Year.
Well
Peyton Will
deserved.
and yeah, came back from a lot. Came back from a lot. Peyton Wilson recently won ACC Defense Player of the Year. Both those guys have Senior Bowl invites as well, so be seeing the and actually accepted Senior Bowl invites, so they'll both be in Mobile for in the end of January. Be fun to watch them both. Big fan of both players.
Hmm.
Dallas Turner is Dallas
Not,
Turner.
not, another undersized Bama edge rusher, but even more undersized than Will
But
Anderson.
yeah, not Will Anderson. No,
I think Latu's going to win this. He's just been insane.
I agree. Yeah, I think I'm giving this one to Latu. Although Peyton Wilson's fun. Peyton Wilson's fun. I'm
Hmm.
excited to
I
watch
haven't
this
watched
kid.
enough of him to be honest.
I've heard a lot of people say they get Jack Campbell vibes from him,
Hmm.
but like the Jack Campbell got drafted in the first round, so like in a good way, in a good way. So yeah,
Mm.
I like Jack
Oh, is
Campbell.
Peyton Wilson white?
He is.
That's why.
Yeah. It
That's a student of the game right there.
the soon of the game.
Lunch
Tough,
pail guy.
gritty. First one in, last one out.
Lunch
Um,
pail.
So he did show up to an interview like this one though. That's what he looked like in interview one time though. So
Whoa, what is going on here? Jeez. Diamond cutters.
So yeah, real first one in, last one out. Um Blitnikoff Award here. I mean, it kind of
It
got
should
tipped.
go to Rome. It
It
got
should go to
tipped.
Rome. Well, it did get tipped, but I just mean with the fact that Marvin's going to be in New York for the Heisman, it's going to be Marvin.
It shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be. I'd be okay with if it's neighbors. I don't think it should be Marvin Harrison Jr. And it's
But it's
gonna get it. I know it's stupid. It should be Rome, in
it
my
should be
opinion.
Rome.
I
I
think
agree. It
Rome
should be
was the
Rome.
best receiver. Clutch. To be honest, Malik Neighbors and Jane Daniels, I'm still gonna stand by it. Stat padded. Why was Jane Daniels in the fourth quarter versus Georgia Southern up 50?
Mm-hmm. The Lou Groza Collegiate Place Kicker Award. I do not know nearly enough about this one.
Will Reichard probably should get it because he's now the all-time leading college scorer.
Oh, well, there you go. I didn't know that. In that case, yeah, Will Reichard should
We
get
know
it.
who's getting the Ray Guy
Wait, I
award.
know who got Tory Taylor. Some team's gonna make him a third round pick next year. That's my bold prediction right now.
Oh my God. The real punt god.
Real punk god. Real punk god. No, Tory Taylor, this beast. Shout out Tory Taylor. Um Maxwell Award here for Player of the
So
Year.
this one's just weird. Both this and Davey O'Brien are tough ones because usually the Heisman winner doesn't win it.
Yeah.
So honestly, let's skip these two. These two aren't worth talking about.
Dowling Trophy here. This one's a fun one here.
Yeah,
For
it's so funny
best
that it can be offense and defense.
yeah,
It's
I
just
like that
interior
actually.
alignment. I love it.
Yeah. So we got Alt at Notre Dame, BB at K-State, Sweat at Texas. Give me
This was
Tavondre Sweat
tough.
on this
I'm
one.
gonna agree there. Cooper BB is really good though, but give me
Joe Alt's
Tavondre
really
Sweat.
good. They're both all three are really good, but I think
Joe
Sweat.
Alt's a tackle though.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird that he's eligible for this one. I think when they say interior alignment, it's just most outside in lineman. Period.
Where's the yeah? What award was Eddie Ofosio nominated for?
He was the Dick. Was it the Butkus Award?
Buckus, yeah.
Yeah, did not make it onto this list, unfortunately.
Yeah, good call. Scroll up. Who is it for the Buckus Award?
So they don't have the Butkus Award on here. That's what I'm saying. Like the Butkus Award. Oh, here we go. So we can see here the about Dick Buskis.
Oh, look at
he made
that.
it. Yeah, let's see. So Jack
Wait,
Campbell.
oh my God, we did something horrible.
What's that?
Never mind.
Oh, yeah, wait, hold on.
Yeah, what about nominees?
Selection committee.
News, tech news.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. 2020. What? Where is the nominees?
Must be a bad website. Whatever. We can go back to it.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's just do 2023 Butkus Award. Let's do winner. National College Football Awards. There's Jack Campbell. There's the watch list. The heck? Semi-finalists announced.
What?
Finalists announced November 24th. Okay, so where are they?
All right, whatever.
Okay.
Whatever. You're dead to us,
Jeremiah
Buckus Award.
Jeremiah Trotter was a finalist too. There you go. Wait, I wonder maybe they got the what the oh wait, here we go. Okay, so
Eddie is a
5
finalist.
finalists. Yeah, Eddie is a finalist. Yeah. Oh, Peyton Wilson's one of them. It's gonna be Peyton Wilson. Give me Peyton Wilson.
I like the more athletic linebackers we're bringing in, though. Just, who we're recruiting at. I think we definitely brought in bigger guys under Jimmy. I like a more athletic linebacker to cover,
Right. And then the Jim Thorpe Award winner here.
Paycom. Ugh.
Why? Yeah, this is the only one that's got a
Hate that.
Yeah, wait, this is the only one that's got a sponsor. That's dumb.
I hate that. Give it to Cooper DeJean.
It's gonna be. I think it will be Cooper DeJean, to be
I
quite
from
honest.
this group, I think so. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
don't
should
get
be.
these nominees. I think
Yeah,
there's a lot better defensive backs out there.
yeah. Get Kool-Aid
I
McKinstry in
know.
there.
I don't know why Kool-Aid's not there. I don't know why. What's his name
Or
from
Terrion
Michigan isn't
Arnold.
there?
Also, Terrion Arnold honestly also should be in there.
What's his name from Michigan?
There's a couple of guys in Michigan that we
Yeah,
could be talking
yeah,
about.
for real. They got some
Let's
good DBs
see.
going on.
Let's see. Michigan DBs. Let's see. Man, where are you, Michigan DBs? Oh, there's the one guy. He's not eligible this year, but it's like William Johnson or whatever.
Hmm. No, no. I think
Will
he
Johnson.
has an
Saint
interesting name.
Stanner still keeps
Sandra
thinking about
still.
Still. Yep. I think that's what you're talking about.
Yep, that's 100% what I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, he's good too. He's a stud. He's a stud.
He's really good.
Hmm.
Dope the doke. There's two really good. All three of these are good running backs. I think Ollie's probably going to win it, but
Hmm.
Marion Hampton had a really good year.
You know who also had a really good year? I loved watching Cody Schrader, man. He also
I
just
didn't watch enough of
recently
him.
he won the award for best player to start his career as a walk on. I forgot what the award's
Oh,
called.
that I know 100% what you're talking about. We started as a D2 walk on.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's a stud. I like Cody Schrader a lot. He was I watched the Arkansas game and man, he tore him a new
He
one
has
in
an
that game.
awesome story. Awesome
Yeah.
story.
It's gonna be Ollie Gordon though. Ollie Gordon's gonna win it.
All right, let's
Uh,
get to the main event, people.
the Heisman Trophy.
And we all know who the four. It's three finalists. Let's be real here, folks.
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison Jr. It is a disgrace he's there. It is because of his name only. I'm seeing
Mhm.
people call him Mazda Marv now.
Maserati Marv. Oh,
Mazda.
versus Mazda Marv.
Yeah.
Nah, come on. Marvin Harrison's really good, man.
He's really good. He's not a Heisman candidate.
Well, yeah, but I mean, yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
But we got Michael Pennis Jr., Bo Nix, and Jaden Daniels.
The three that should be there.
The Heisman winner will be Jaden Daniels.
Correct. Yeah, it will be. It will be.
Michael Penix, if he didn't have a rough stretch, I think he would have won it
If he didn't slump in
in
late
November.
October and November, yeah. Like honestly, everything if they'd done the vote after the Oregon game or even after the SC game, it probably would have been Penix.
Hmm. Hmm.
But just didn't finish the season as well. I mean, he did finish the season well
It's
enough that he
awesome
deserved
that
the
he's our
Oregon
first.
game.
I can't believe he's our first person ever at New York
Oh,
ever.
there you go. That's an accomplishment in its own right.
Huge accomplishment. As long if Kalen DeBoer is here a long time, we'll get one. I have full confidence in that. Maybe Austin Mack.
Maybe Austin Mack. He's got the tools, man. He's got the tool. So, but yeah, it will be Jane Daniels, and honestly, well deserved. His stats, you can call him a stat patter, but his stats are freaking insane.
He did. He padded them well. He padded them well.
And he did what he needed to do.
Against Georgia and Bama, he had 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. Yeah.
Penix played his best in big games.
Yeah, and that's fair. And that's fair. But and you also have to factor in the community does have a little bit of an East Coast bias as well.
And it's the way you vote stupid too. So I think Mike's gonna get second though. I think
So.
I think the way that he played in the conference championship game definitely helped.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But someone I was talking to who knows some people said it's going to be closer than people think. That Mike could pull an upset, which I would be elated.
I'd be
But
very happy about that.
I'm not getting my hopes up.
Yeah.
I think Jaden Daniels is going to win it.
Mhm.
I hope LSU has fun sitting in whatever shit bowl they're in.
Mhm.
It's absurd though that he never got punished for the shit they did in Arizona too.
I think, and I'm really excited, if UW wins the national championship and Michael Penix can win a Heisman, do you know what that could do for recruiting? We might be able to get a 4-star from our own city to come here.
I don't know what it is, man. We're in the CFP and our recruiting still sucks. I don't know what it is.
It's not the right people in charge. That's what it is. And I have full faith in DeBoer, but I do not have
Are you
faith in the
going to
people.
fire coordinators after a CFP winning season, though, you
No,
know?
no, they will not. And
I think Juice is getting the axe, though.
yeah, dude, yeah, fire Chiefs, man. It's been so bad, but they're not going to fire any coordinators. Morel's job is. I'm honestly, I think if no matter what happens, I think if we, no matter if we could lose to Texas 50-0, and I bet Morel gets a raise, honestly, just
No,
because
yeah,
of.
they're gonna get some fat raises.
Oh yeah,
I think Grubb's going back though.
no, it
What's
seems
what's
like it.
open?
It
What's
seems like
open
it.
now, you know?
And honestly, with the way the offense performs the second half of the season, he could use another year of season.
Yeah.
So
I think there's some injury stuff going on too. I I,
that's
I
fair.
think
That's
I
fair.
think
And don't get me
Mike
wrong, I'm stoked that he's gonna probably be coming back. Um,
I like his
but
play calling rhythm. I think there was some stuff that we're gonna hear about in a month that was going on. You saw some stuff about Rome being, got hurt pretty bad after
yeah, against
people are
U
mad
of
like,
A,
why is
yeah,
Rome on Hans team? He should be on Hans team.
he's got the best hands on the team.
However, but those are the same people who are like, yes, Rome should be returning punts and kicks. It's like, okay, come on, people. No, no,
Maybe a
your
little
best receiver
consistency.
should not be returning punts or kicks. I die on that hill. I don't think they should be returning punts or kicks. You have a different player doing that. But you have your
Exactly.
best handed players on Hans team every day of the week.
Mhm. Exactly. Exactly. And hands team, you're rarely gonna get hurt on a hands team play because at the end of the day, okay, the front line will probably take some hits. That's true. But the guy who's like in the back actually making the catch typically,
Well, I think
catch
what
it and drop.
happened is
Catch it and drop.
they tried a middle kick
I
in
don't
the
remember that.
Arizona one, and Rome
Oh,
messed
I
that
do
up.
remember that now. I was there. I was there now.
Mhm.
Now I do remember that. Yeah.
Blame Jeremy for
Yeah.
fumbling.
Yeah. True. True. That's a good point. That game shouldn't have been that close. Um, all right. One more game. One more thing on the agenda. It's the game of
Two
the
more
year. I know
things.
it's
Two more
like,
things. There's two more things I want to talk about.
all right, fair. What's the first one? What's the first one?
It's coaching hiring.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me see if I can find that again.
You got
That
some
we
hires
have
coming through.
coaching carousel CFB tracker.
Oregon State fans are in full jersey burning mode.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. Aiden Chow's in the portal.
Is this
Phil
Phil
Jobs. Yeah,
Jobs?
there you go.
There you go. So
Well
Boise
deserved.
State.
Spencer Danielson, well deserved.
Hmm. Surprised they didn't try to get like Kirby more or even Kellen more. I mean, they're not gonna get Kellen more right now, but Kirby
It was a
more.
well deserved, in my opinion. I think he earned it.
Hmm.
He won the conference. Great, two good hires right here though. Willie Fritz, great hire. I thought he was going to stay at Tulane. And
Hmm.
then Kurt Signetti, he had a great year at JMU. Give him a go. Give him a try. Why not?
Hmm.
I think it's going to be a lot better for Indiana going forward because they have to play Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State every year. And Michigan State, it's no slouch either.
Hmm. Hmm. For sure. Penn State got their OC here,
Hmm
pulling
He
from
was good under Leipold.
yep.
Sp- Uh, very funny to see Cal lose an OC. What the
Yeah.
hell?
That was an interesting poll, I'll just say that.
Yeah,
Not sure why Baylor chose him, but they had some good offensive games in the back half of the season.
they did.
Um,
But
yeah.
I wouldn't go hiring people who were OCs at Cal under Wilcox. Bobby Petrino going back to Arkansas is so funny.
Was this the thing last week? I can't remember if we already
It
talked about
was because
this.
I think we're talking about best college football pictures.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, Bobby
Yeah,
Petrino.
and then I think we talked about Lewis too. Trent Bray, good
Yeah, yeah, we
hire.
definitely already talked about Trent Bray. I remember that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yep,
we'd already
yep,
talked
yeah.
about Trent
Okay, we're
Bray now.
caught
So
up.
we're
We're
getting
caught
to
up.
one. Yeah, we're caught up. So, um,
But Jonathan Smith is going like supposedly he had a staffer stay at Oregon State trying to recruit people and join him later, and he got fired by Bray. And then they found a bunch of Jonathan Smith Oregon State gear was found in a Corvallis Goodwill with his
That's
name on
actually
it.
really funny. That's
Now,
pretty funny,
however,
actually.
I think that happens a lot, is what some people said, and it was probably just some person clearing out his house or his like office, you know.
Hmm.
So I can't blame that. There's a fun story of I know someone who has some of Justin Wilcox's UW gear
There you
after
go.
he left UW.
There you go.
All right.
Actually, you know what's funny? Okay. Actually, deep cut here.
Let's hear it.
Um, so there was a I think it was the 2020 season. Jermaine Curse actually did work for UW as
Really
a graduate, basically an offensive analyst. And he left some gear behind. And guess who has it now?
nice, nice.
I got Jermaine Curse's UW gear. I mean the shirts and stuff obviously don't fit at all, but I wear the hats all the time.
That's awesome.
So that was pretty sweet. That was pretty sweet.
I still have some good football gear from stuff guys left behind on the practice field. Great
That
pair of
works.
gloves and a pair of cleats.
There you go. Will you ever know whose pair of gloves and cleats they were?
No.
Yeah, probably not. They don't usually write their names on that stuff.
Yeah,
But
because they get them for free whenever they want.
exactly. Yeah. I mean, they could literally have a new pair of gloves every single day. It's like, oh man, I got my gloves sweaty in practice. Throw them away and get a new
Here's a
pair
fun
tomorrow.
story. Here's a fun story. Or fun tidbit. UW this year
Hmm.
is the first Adidas school in the CFP.
Yeah, in the first CFP, that's right. And the only Under Armour school that's ever been in the CFP was all the three times Notre Dame made it.
No?
Auburn never made it. Oh, I'm trying to think.
Oh, you're
Wisconsin
not.
never made it. Auburn never made it. Oh, Cincinnati. Yep, that's
There
right. I
you
forgot about
go.
Cincinnati. Yep.
That was a good one right there.
Yeah, that's a good pull. That's a good pull. Yeah, I forgot Cincinnati. I remember seeing. Yeah, you're right. Notre Dame only made it twice. Yeah, I remember seeing Under Armour made it three times, and Notre Dame was two of those times.
Hmm.
And Cincy was the third. You're right. You're right. Every other school's either been Nike or Jordan, which
Hmm.
Jordan is Nike. So,
They operate independently though.
yeah, true, true. Um, Speaking of Jordan, we got the goat of matchups here with Bailey Zappi and Mitch Trubisky.
Oh
God,
God.
look, I get it. Patriots Steelers a few years ago would have been a fantastic Thursday night football poll, but man, this year it's bad. It is so bad. Give me the Steelers in this one, but I mean 5.5. They might win 6-0 because that was literally the score of the Chargers Patriots game on Sunday.
Oh man, this one's gonna be so ugly. I'll agree with you just because the Patriots are so bad. At least the Steelers have a good defense. It's gonna be 7-0. Here's why. Defensive score.
TJ Watt returns a fumble
Yep.
for a touchdown. That's a
Yep.
funny thing too, is actually the Patriots defense is still really good. They're the first team since I think the 1930 something Cardinals to allow 10 or less points in three straight games and lose all of them. It's incredible. That's a great stat actually.
That's a trivia stat right there. Who
Yeah,
would
I
have
can't.
how the mighty have fallen? They're
Bro.
Iowa now, and I love it.
They literally are Iowa. Well, funny thing is the Steelers are also Iowa in more ways than one. So, um, yeah, look at that, man. Look at that. How'd they beat the
I
Bills?
love every second of it.
How'd they beat the Bills?
Couldn't
That's
happen
crazy,
to
man.
a better franchise, man.
They hung pretty well with the Eagles and Dolphins in the first 2 weeks of the season. They beat the Jets, and then it's like the Cowboys just stole all their confidence or something.
Yeah, or bad team. There's from time to time, bad teams play all right early on
Yeah.
and then really suck.
Yeah, looking at the rest of their schedule. I mean, they might beat the Jets in the second game around, but nah, they're gonna be probably two
I
and
just saw a deep
15,
cut.
maybe 3-14.
I saw a deep cut go to their draft picks this year. Oh, you weren't here for this, dang. Amir Speed, me and Zach were heckling him a lot at the Michigan State game last year. That guy was gigantic and he was a huge, 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 shredded and tall corner. but he was getting absolutely toasted because he was slow. And what's really funny, his last name's Speed.
Speed, yeah. Hold
So we're
on.
making a lot of jokes about that.
Here's the FPI projected draft order right now. Bears via
Panthers are going to
Carolina.
win a game. They're going to win a game.
Yeah, I think so too. Patriots, Cardinals, Giants. Let's look at the rest of the Panthers schedule. Actually, hold on. Let me see. Where do they
They'll
win again?
have to win a divisional game. They have to.
NFL. Yeah, when you're in that bad of a division, you have to win something somewhere. Saints, Falcons, Packers, Jags, Bucks. Yeah, I mean, shoot, they could win they could win any of those three divisional games. Two of them are at home. They actually gave the Bucks a pretty good run for their money on
They
Sunday.
did?
So, yeah, I can see them winning any of those three games, honestly. Packers and Jags, they won't win now.
Is Jordan Love a good quarterback now?
Yes, I think he is. But we'll talk more about that with Daniel on Thursday. We'll get more.
He's Jared Goff.
I think he's better. He's got higher highs but lower lows than Jared
He
Goff.
will be treated like Jared Goff.
He probably averages out to about Jared Goff. Again, the Giants, Commies. Okay, shoot. Jets, Titans, Bears, Raiders, Bucks, Saints, Broncos, Chargers. No faith in Jake Browning to lead us to the Super Bowl?
Ooh.
Disgusting. No faith in Geno Smith to lead us to the Super Bowl? Disgusting.
Ooh.
Do they have winning the Super Bowl here? Niners? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna get killed this weekend. We're gonna get killed.
There you go. Yeah, that's it for the West Coast Draft Podcast. It'll be a fun NFL episode on Thursday. You know what? My faith in the NFL is a little bit better than it was this time 36 hours ago. So I'm re-energized. I'm restored, and it's all because of our Lord
I'll
and
never get
Savior,
up
Jake Browning.
over that pick that Boyd threw.
Oh God, that was horrible. I'll talk about that play, but gosh. And you know what's funny? I don't hate that play call, but that was probably the worst throw I've ever seen.
Fun story about that though. I was at a restaurant with some friends. I
Yeah.
wasn't watching the game or anything, but there was a TV over by the bar. I just like look over there at one time. That is the play I saw, and I was like, I yelped. I was like, oh my God. You know, it's like, what the hell was that? That was the only play I saw. I got home when overtime just started.
Mm-hmm.
The only play I saw was no, I think it was. I texted you good call. I forget what it was
I think I was
about.
on the hold. I think it was on the hold.
Yeah, yep. That's when I started. That's when I saw it. That's when I first saw. And so I saw that trick play, and then after that hold in overtime. That's all I saw.
The only two plays you saw.
Well, not
One...
two plays, but I watched the rest of it after.
Oh, okay. I got you. Well, there you go. We'll talk more about that in the NFL pod.
I'll never get over that play. That was so bad.
So bad. And again, I don't hate the play call, but man, I hate that.
The execution. You don't throw that back.
No, that was
you take it and run.
Garbage. Yeah, or throw it away. Chuck it into the third row of the stands. Would be intentional grounding. You just got to get you're already out of the pocket. Just throw it past the line of scrimmage into the third row. But
oh man,
yeah,
that's up there with the Ben DiNucci throw.
Gucci DiNucci, baby. Also, rest in peace to the Seattle Sea Dragons. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, why'd they get rid of us?
Expanding to 16 teams and just merging everything would have been perfect. 16.
They can't support that amount. I don't think they can support the player.
I think they should have. I think they should have. But
I think there were better teams to get rid of than us. San Antonio was a bad franchise.
Mm-hmm.
They kept them over us. That sucks.
Tough. It's tough as someone who didn't pay any attention to spring football last year. I'm really disappointed.
Yes, you did. You went to a spring football game.
I went to a game and was on my phone the entire time, man.
No, you weren't. No, you weren't. No, you weren't.
Actually, but I did leave early because I wanted to get hot dogs, remember?
Yeah, that was lame as hell. That was so you left me alone for hot dogs.
Blowout. I didn't know when the place was gonna close, man. The place is gonna close.
Not a real Sea
It
Dragons
makes me feel
fan.
better if it was a Seattle dog. It was a Seattle dog.
That's pretty good.
The
I do like
delicacy.
Seattle dogs.
That's this delicacy. Oh yeah, no, it's fun. Actually, at the Diamondback Stadium, um, there's a cool little restaurant where they have like themed hot dogs based on whoever like the road team
Hmm.
is. And they had a foot long Seattle dog. Oh
Oh
man, it was
man.
so good. It was
Did you
so
get it?
good. Oh yeah, of course I got it, man.
Oh
It
gosh,
was
that's a lot
so
of cream
good.
cheese. That's a lot of onions, man.
That is, but it was really good. It was really good.
Seattle dogs are great. I love Seattle dogs.
That's what I miss the most, I think, from Seattle is the Seattle
Can
dogs,
make
honestly.
it's a hot dog. You can make that so easy.
Well, but it's not the same, man. I had a place I like
Not
to
the
go
same.
to for them.
I got a place I like to go to right outside of Safeco's last Century Link because
Mm,
it was a really good deal too. You got a dog and a soda for $7.
hmm Yeah, yeah. I miss the authentic Seattle dogs, though. Like, yeah, you're right. I could go and make one, but then I have to grow up a bunch of onions and stuff too.
That's true. That's the
That
hardest
takes
part
some
of it,
time.
honestly.
That takes some time. But there we go. That's it for the West Coast Draft podcast. We talked about a lot. We talked all the way from CFP rankings to Seattle dogs. What an episode.
Thanks for watching the
What
sidetracked podcast.
sidetrack podcast. That's right. That's right.
We might rebrand for next season.
We might need to. We might need to. But any closing thoughts, Mr. Jokinen?
We natty. We're winning it all,
We're
guys.
winning it
We're
all.
we're winning it all. I think we can really do it.
I think so too. I think we can do it. Do I think we will? Not ready
Here's
to
what's
make that
really
call, but I
nice.
think we can.
Bama and Michigan are going to beat each other the hell up.
Mhm,
That's gonna be a physical game. Our game's not going to be super physical, I don't think.
mhm. Our game's gonna be high scoring, high flying in the Superdome. Yeah, we'll see.
Fast field. If one of us shaves off our beard, all of us shave off our beard. If one of us click like, all of us click like. If one of us subscribe, all of us subscribe.